Good start. We are live for another WrestlePurists Dynamite review. I'm your host today. I'm joined by Marcus and AO. We've got the new crew back together once again. It's been a few weeks. We've got quite the loaded episode of Dynamite to get into. We had both the Owen Hart Cup finals, and we had some interesting movement towards All In. But before we get into all of that, please do like, subscribe, send your super chats if you are feeling generous. And Marcus, how are you doing today?
Yep. Sad, angry, tired, depressed.
Betrayed.
Everything above, man. I had a whole lot of things planned for the night. I had a dragon funeral planned for the night. I spent 3 bands on a casket. I called the funeral director. He said, "Hey, man, business is business. So you ain't get back." So Toni Khan, Brian Danielson, y'all owe me about 3-4 bands. Y'all gonna pay what you owe me tonight. But anyway, I'm good. I'm good.
Glad to hear it. Hey, it's been a few weeks. How you doing, man?
It's been all right, man. I told the crew that I wouldn't be able to make the next 2 episodes beforehand, so I didn't just up and disappear out of nowhere. I had stuff going on. It's summertime and whatnot. But I was excited to come back here this Wednesday, and I thought that we would be celebrating the demise of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. I thought that Toni Khan was gonna get it right, and we was gonna send Hangman Adam Page to the main event of Wembley. I thought that we was #done with the 2000s. I thought that there's no way that a 03 ROH guy could screw Adam Page out of his birthright again in AEW, but I was sadly wrong. I was wrong, and we're here. And Bryan Danielson, who was one of my favorite wrestlers, I don't know, man. We gonna get into it. But I don't think what happened last night. I don't think what happened last night was best for business. But we'll see.
Not at all.
Many are saying. We will see. We will be getting into that shortly because that was the opening match. But before the opening match on Dynamite, we had a recap of MJF's Collision promo. Not going to break that down for you. You've probably seen it like all over Twitter anyways. And then we had an Osprey in-ring promo. He had a lot to say. I think the main thing to take out of this was the fact that he challenged MJF to a match just in general. I don't think it was he didn't specify All In. He just said for tonight, for the episode of Dynamite it was on actually. Max's music played. He didn't come out, but he was up on the big screen, had a whole lot to say, and said that him and Osprey would meet in the ring next week on Dynamite, which is the 250th episode. So makes sense that they've saved the big match for that. But yeah, how are you guys feeling about Osprey's in-ring promo this week? Because not his best performance, AO, I think.
I think it was pretty fine. I think the fact that he came to AEW and was so good on the mic, it was a big shock to everybody that this is more of the promos that probably the Osprey moderates thought would be the average and not the outliers. But the I feel like the quality was fine, the delivery was fine, but when like the crowd isn't popping, because like Calgary sucked last night, right?
It was
if the crowd, if it was Chicago,
was
if it was Chicago, right, from literally last week's crowd, crazy all night. I loved last week's.
Yeah.
Pop and oohing where they're supposed to ooh and ahhing where they're supposed to ah. I don't think anybody's walking out of that promo thinking it wasn't great, but they weren't. So like the pause is waiting for a pop, and it's just like ha ha ha, and it's like golf claps in the back and shit. Like I think it definitely hurt people's perception of that. And it's not just Osprey's promo that I think that was the issue in. Like I feel like I would have liked Danielson versus Hangman a lot more if we had a more lively crowd, but we didn't. So it was an issue that I had.
Yeah, the crowd was definitely questionable last night. Especially, I feel like Canada crowds, if they're not in like Montreal or Toronto, they're just kind of bad.
Canada's wild. Bro. We done with Canada.
Canada's
and I saw not to bring WWE into it, but I was hearing Ibu. He was talking about how like WWE was currently on like Canadian tour right now, and he's like, yo, outside of Toronto and wherever else they were at, like they've sucked everywhere else they've been too. So I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I think we need to relook at some of these cities that we consider smart cities, because Osprey pointed out that Calgary's considered a smart city because of Calgary Stampede. Well, guess what, man? Bret Hart's been retired for like 25 years. Stu Hart is 99 years old. Owen Hart, God rest his soul, has passed away. Like the Stampede, they stole the Stampede to WWE, and I think they bought it back somehow. But it's over, bro. Calgary's not a wrestling city anymore, bro. And we gotta look at New York too, because when you go to these New York shows, you don't see a lot of New Yorkers anymore there. It's just like people that are like willing to travel to New York, and you're like, yo, are these crowds that smart? Like, I don't know, man. Bro. I don't know.
Bro, the worst Canadian city, Winnipeg, that shit was ass.
Yeah,
that
Winnipeg was pretty questionable.
Literally
and they had Jericho and Kenny on the show.
Kenny
the only thing they cared about was Kenny or Jericho, bro. And they cared about Jericho more. I was like, yo, y'all are disgusting.
And like, even when Okada came out and they confronted each other for the first time in the AEW, you just got very tepid holy shit chance and not the bring the house down type shit you expect. Like, what you doing, Canada? Y'all good?
Canada, get your game right. You're not impressing us with your crowds.
Get
your shit together, Canada. Bro, y'all supposed to be like, you're supposed to have hockey, maple syrup, good wrestling, crowds, and I'm sure there's one other thing. What else they like?
Oh, nice, no.
OVO.
Probably something fucking stupid. I don't know. Get y'all shit together. Get y'all shit together.
Yeah. We are calling out Canada live on this podcast. But Marcus, this opening promo, what's your feelings on it?
It was alright. I mean, I've come to really like and appreciate Osprey's promos in AEW, especially when he's live. This one was kind of cool. He just called MJF insecure, which, I mean, given his character work, yes, he very much is. And he's like,
yo, when I say that, like I didn't hate the content, it kind of felt like whoever like helped Osprey in this promo, even if Osprey just did it by himself, they were kind of like shooting on MJF. They're just like, yo, this nigga's a big.
It's like, I'm glad about the only one that beat that. He was like, bro, I'm putting up the message you made with that title run. Like,
you know what? I've also, you know what? Sorry to cut you off, Marcus. I just want to bring this up real quick. When people feud with MJF, outside of the CM Punk feud, the feud's always the same thing. It's always based off the same thing of just you're not who you say you are type of shit. It's very rinse and repeat. But continue, Marcus. I just wanted to.
I know the real you, Cody, Osprey, Jericho, so and so,
Adam Cole,
Stipulation number 1.
You might have all the other people fooled, but you don't have old Maxwell Jacob Freeman fooled.
Maybe it's a Max problem and not an Osprey problem.
Hey man.
But
I'll say though, with MJF here, it was a big step up from whatever the fuck he was trying to do on Collision. Yes. Mentioned like Nielsen and Meltzer. I'm like, bro, don't do that shit.
Oh my god, bro.
That shit was.
It's like, bro, it's wrestling. Pretend this shit is real, please. I'm begging you, wrestlers. Stop bringing Dave Meltzer in this shit. Stop bringing Nielsen rings in this shit. But no one has Nielsen boxes anymore. Stop it. But nah, it was
like, bro, just sell a fight, bro. And like, I crashed the Raw review. I crashed the Raw review on Tuesday, right? Even though I didn't watch Raw, just to harass Robin and Ibu and tell them that, and give my opinions on segments that I've half watched or only heard them explain. And I was just, what I did see, I saw a clip of Punk making fun of Drew, talking about ratings. And I was just like, bro, I say the same. I'll say it about Punk. I say the same thing about MJF. I don't care about this. Like, bro, why is this supposed to make me want to see y'all two fight? Like, you're supposed to be selling me a fight, especially if this is gonna be a feud, a multi-match feud that's leading into All In. Because I don't think it ends at Dynamite 250. They're running it back at Wembley. No. They don't really, like, 2 stars this big don't really have time to be wasting on this and then pivot for new Wembley program. So whatever they're doing, like, this is continuing into Wembley. And like, bro, like, you telling me about Nielsen and Meltzer, it's just like, But I don't care. Like you're getting shit off to just pop. Like this is just what you want to say about this other person. Like this is what you should think. And like that, bro. Like if you think you're a bigger, or if you know, not even think, if you know you're a bigger draw than Osprey, good for you, bro. But like, why? That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with my enjoyment of wrestling. That has nothing to do with like it sucks, bro. It's terrible content. Please stop.
And no one who's buying tickets to these shows is reading the Observer in traffic, thinking, "Oh my God, MJF, Richard Nielsen." No, I just want to see you wrestle. Exactly, just wrestle. But he was fine. It was an improvement. He didn't go too crazy. Yeah, he did do the whole star line, but he spun it into I'm just knocking the fuck out. You're gonna be seeing stars, which is cool, whatever. But
see, when it's like little plays like that, I can accept it, but not when you've already done the Meltzer line. Like,
yeah, it's like you already overdid it, and you're trying to save face, bro. Like,
you played your hand. Like,
leave it alone.
Yeah. Bit of a question. I wouldn't say questionable. Questionable is not the right word. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of a weird back and forth, but I think, like I said, the crowd played a big part into that. But moving on, before we get to the first match tonight, let's do some super chats because we've got quite a few building up.
Y'all we appreciate the support. Please keep them coming in. Any questions, comments, concerns, send us a little super chat. We'll get to it. The homie Bam, $5 super chat. I'm tired of seeing people saying Hangman will be fine. We know that, but this tournament and All In really had an opportunity for him to cement him. I agree 100%, bro. I agree 100%. And we gonna get into it when we get to Hangman Danielson. Caden Lee of the Performance Center. Oh, brother, $5 super chat. Oh, Dragon Better. I tried telling y'all. Do you think that you will see Heaven's Pearly Gates when it is your time?
Listen, bro. I spent 3 days.
I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. It's just not happening, brother. It's not happening.
Hey, bro. I spent 3 days on that casket.
But yourself.
We putting you in the casket. I'm leaving here. We
done with hashtag we done with Caden in the chat. Honest Assaulting, $2 super chat. I support women's rights and women's wrongs. If that is a reference to what occurred in the main event last night, absolutely, bro. What an angle that was. That was amazing. That was amazing. We're definitely gonna get into that. Bam, another $5 as a top heel of the company. As long as this rivalry as their top.
I think this was a continuation.
Yeah.
Okay, all that sacrifice for a Danielson moment, his legacy is already cemented. I agree, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, if all three of us obviously love Bryan Danielson, but if All In ends with like the final countdown and yes chance, no, nigga, I'm not gonna be sitting there pouting. Like, I'm gonna be like, this is amazing. What a great moment. I love professional wrestling. I feel like just because something is good doesn't mean there wasn't better options, and I just feel like Hangman in the main event was the better option for AEW, for fans, for like the future of the characters, for the wrestlers, all that.
Yes.
Mavs fan 84 feels like we're getting consistent heat lately in AEW. I agree, bro. AEW, the quality of television has been on a great run. Like they had that thing going on. It wasn't little in 2023 where it was just like, bro, like I can't do this TV, but at least the pay-per-views are great. But we've been getting great pay-per-views and great TV. I'm glad.
Indeed.
Chi-Town Spurs, the homie, $10 super chat. We appreciate you, brother. Everyone who complained about Bryan losing all his feuds, this is on you. Honestly, I don't think this is as big of a disaster as many made it out to be, but I understand the disappointment. Yeah, I don't think it's a disaster by any means. I'm just disappointed. I don't know. I feel like it's just I feel like they had like they just had such a hot story. Just put it in their lap, bro. And it's just like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, Andrew and $2 super chat. We appreciate you, bro. Did Hangman kick TK in the nuts or his?
Basically.
You know what? Maybe he should. Maybe that will get people to believe he's actually a heel.
Maybe he fucking should, bro. Just shoot.
Don't get me started.
TK in the fucking nuts. Chicken out, $2 super chat. 2024 All In and build greater than 2023 All In build. but I didn't drop it.
This is crazy.
I agreed on both fronts, bro. This blows away the 2023 All-In build.
Easily.
Completely out of the water.
Awful.
It helps that they've had 2 TV shows to build to one show instead of like the weird shit they had going on Collision, and then like it was being like Dynamite because it was segregated last year. That's the one Charles Manson Punk. Yeah, but like there's so much energy being put into this All-In build, and as much as us three, like we're just 3 people with opinions, as much as us 3 don't like Danielson going instead of Hangman, like they've put a lot into this build, putting the making the Owen tournament intertwined with this and shit, and like the whole Mariah and Toni Storm story, and then the Osprey and MJF stuff. There's a lot going on. Like there's putting big money matches on the card, and not just a bunch of multi-mans to like let's get everybody on the card, like everybody deserves it type of thing. The homie Angel, another $5. We appreciate you. Thought I would have got over the result by now, but man, I still feel gutted for Hanger, and his direction for All-In is not looking good. Not mad at Dragon. Yeah, none of us are mad at Dragon, bro.
None of
us are mad at Dragon. Bam, $5 super chat. Maybe they will change my mind, but I don't see it at the moment. Enjoy your 1 month title run. Hey, at least the matches will be awesome. Go, 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 go. Yeah, at least the matches will be awesome. I never thought I'd be like, I never thought I'd be disappointed by impending Bryan Danielson title run, but I am. It's unfortunate.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Do say Rhodes, $5 super chat. New York popped out to the end of the world pay-per-view, and we haven't been the same since.
Bro, that pay-per-view was something.
Bro, all those fucking years from the crowd was so annoying, son. Like, I never heard anything like that before. Well, I've heard it before in my life because I'm New Yorker. I never heard anything like that before in my life at a wrestling pay-per-view, bro. Like, Charlie, did you even understand what was going on while you were there?
I was so lost. I was sat up in the media section and it started happening, and I was sat next to Kate from Fightful. I was just like, "What the fuck's going on?" She was just like, "It's just a New York thing." I was like,
"Yeah, it's literally just a New York, New Jersey thing. Like people just go, yeah, like it's just like, oh, it's like just saying like yo, but like say you're like yelling at someone across the street, be like yeah, and they're like you're back, and it's just and then I don't know, bro. We're obnoxious.
It popped me the first time, and then it just kept happening. I was just like, I'm so lost.
The fact that it went on for 5 hours throughout the pre-show, through the main event was crazy.
I pinpointed exactly where it was coming from as well. It was the same group of people doing it, like starting it every time.
It's like the first
from where I was sat, I could see like the whole arena, and I was like looking around trying to figure out. It was just a group of guys sat at the back of the floor section, like behind the commentators, like a few rows back. They just kept doing it. I was just like, what are we doing?
It's like the first couple times is like cool, funny, and then at like the 7th, 8th, it was like, all right, bro, we get it. Y'all niggas from New York. Look, my mom from New York, half my family from New York, bro. Some still live there.
Niggas weren't even in the city, bro. It was Long Island.
It's Long Island.
Relax, bro. Relax.
It was Elmont. It was Elmont. Like it was.
Maybe I don't know, bro. Maybe the fact that niggas was in Long Island, they was feeling like self-conscious, and I was like, oh, they don't think we're New York. And Jan, $2 super chat. Is there a buyout clause on MJ fake hashtag go away free?
I hope so.
Hey, bro. The match next week will be great.
Yeah, okay.
The match next week will be great at least. Maz fan 84 $2 super chat. The most lit wrestling fans are Mexican, bro. We have never AW's never gone like even close to the border, and the fans have disappointed. Like those have been some of the greatest like crowds we've had in AW history, bro. When they're in Texas, close to the border and shit, the Mexican fans turn up, bro. It's a lot of fun, and they give us the Ocho chant, which was a lot of fun for like those 2 months that they stuck around.
Yeah.
The last like months of Jericho being a good wrestler.
Yeah, the last
good thing he did.
Chris Jericho being a good television wrestling character.
Yeah. The Chris Jericho series finale.
I will say, I think British fans are pretty good, but I may be biased.
No, British fans are good, unfortunately. Like it's unfortunate that like we have to put y'all over in like any aspect of this universe. But wrestling crowds
it's coming home, brother.
Y'all get right.
Spain for the fuck y'all, you know that, right?
It's not coming home. You know, that's not winning the
Listen.
Euros. It's not. I feel like the last time we were on the podcast together, you were just telling me Southgate has you. You guys draw in a couple matches, win a couple matches, and now all of a sudden it's coming home again. It's not coming home.
Bro, we're in the
all right,
finals.
Charlie.
We're in the finals.
It's not coming home.
Listen, the women already bought it home a couple of years ago, so I'll always have that.
Since we ever moved to the next topic, I'm just gonna get to these 2 super chats while
go for it.
Since we were just on it. Corey David, $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Thoughts on Obafemi? Bro, shout out to WrestlePurists' own Kwame. I was talking to him. I was like, bro, like Ghana has all these cool wrestlers and Nigerians have no one, bro. We have Omas. We have, what do we have besides Omas? We have Uha Nation, Apollo Creed, and we have I don't know who else we have, bro. Like Obafemi is the first real Nigerian wrestler we have to be proud of. And I'm the tall light skinned nigga that used to be with Apollo. He's Nigerian too. He's like half Nigerian, half German. I forget his name. Like Daba Kato or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But we finally have a star, future of the business. I'm supporting him no matter what company he's in. I wish that he was with the good guys, but he's not. But I'm gonna support him anyway. I love Obafemi. One of the good guys. One of the good guys.
We should never lose.
Anjan, another $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Hanger getting Swerve and blood and gut feels here. Damn. See, I feel like it could be a real addition to the story if this was heading towards All In, but it's not. Michael Oku is Nigerian. That is a fact. Shout out to Niger boy Oku. Yeah, but it's like it's not. And I feel like where we're headed, Hangman versus Swerve 4 is not going to be for the title. And it's just like, why? Like, no, bro. No, don't do that. Do not do that.
It's so dumb. Because, like, my whole thing with this storyline is, yes, it was the fact that Swerve drove Hangman to madness, but it all started because of Swerve wanted his spot as one of the top guys, which involves the title. The last match should be for the title. I don't understand how people are missing this very vital fact that Hangman literally tapped out at Revolution to stop Swerve from winning the belt. Like,
it's cold. It's a bunch of cold.
This whole thing, it started with Swerve wanting Hangman's spot, and part of that spot was being a top guy, but not just a top guy, being a world champion, right?
Yes.
And it went from business to personal really, really quickly when Swerve decided to invade Hangman's crib and literally invade a crib in his home and throw a t-shirt in his son's crib. And so Hangman swore that he would never let Swerve be world champion, and obviously he didn't see. And like the fact that he's not gonna be fighting him for the title, like it's just like even if he fight, he's not gonna be fighting him for the title. So it's like part of his motivation is he's already not gonna have the title because I'm assuming Swerve doesn't leave All In with the belt. Like I feel like that's just like I feel like that's where this is obviously going. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's get to Danielson versus Hangman. Well, was anything else between Osprey and MJF between Danielson and Hangman?
No, there was not. But yeah, so it is Hangman versus Brian. Well, there was a video package. It was a very cool video package. I will give them that. Just breaking down the Hangman versus Brian match, and then out came Jeff Jarrett. He was the special enforcer for this match. Obviously, that was made official after Collision last week. And then Hangman and Brian had a really fucking good match. Like we've already touched on, the crowd was not great, but it did not matter because these two are just wrestling soulmates. And I could watch them wrestle forever, to be honest. Like, they went, I don't know how long the match actually went, but it went for a while, but it didn't feel like a long match to me. They went through like 2 ad breaks, I think. But obviously, the big point of contention here is the finish. There was a ref bump. Jeff Jarrett came in to stop Hangman from using the belt again. I feel like this is going to become a character trait for Hangman, him using the belt, which is going to get interesting down the line. But Jeff Jarrett had a ref top on, so the match finished out with Brian rolling Hangman up for the 1-2-3. And Bryan Danielson won the Owen Hart Cup tournament on the men's side. Martha Hart came out to present him the title.
Martha Stewart is
Crazy.
I accidentally put Stewart in my notes earlier, and I corrected it, and it's still what came out of my mouth. Ignoring that, Martha Hart came out to
Dr.
present
Martha
him.
Hart and her sweet soul for that felon is insane.
She's not getting to Canada, Charlie. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Martha Stewart not getting
My
to
apologies to
Canada.
Martha Hart. Genuine apologies. I knew that I was going to do that as well. That's really embarrassing. But yeah, she came out, presented Brian, and then Swerve came out to confront him. We will get into Swerve's promo after. Marcus, thoughts on the match?
Listen, man. Listen. To the surprise of absolutely nobody that knows about Hangman and Adam Page and Bryan Danielson, this match is fucking incredible. The first match, that winner's coming, is genuinely, in my opinion, the best TV match I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, just as good. Third one, pretty good for what it was. Here, I really enjoyed it. The problem was the crowd, bro. Like, it took me out of some spots. Like, Heyman's going crazy. Bryan Danielson's doing the ROH dives that he was doing from like 2005. Heyman's pile driving him on the floor. We got a blade spot. Also, shout out Jeff Jarrett for getting in front of the camera while he was blading on the floor.
Yes.
That was a veteran move right there.
Very professional.
And these Hangman ref bumps, every time I do it, the ref's dying. Like, Paul Turner's head hit the fucking turnbuckle by hard as shit. But nah, like, they were great. Danielson was resilient, gutty babyface, per usual.
Yep.
Hangman was a demented motherfucker, which I was so ecstatic. Every time he drove his head into the damn mat, the dead eye, both power drives, I'm like, pack him up. I got a grab a leaf right here. I'm stuffing Bryan Danielson in that bitch. I'm finna roll it up. When that 1, 2, 3 comes up, I'm sparking that bitch. But no, Jeffrey Jarrett just had to. I get it. Special guest enforcer. Basically a ref out there. I knew that was coming. But brother, Heyman got him in the label lock. That old nigga is out.
He was out for a good 10 seconds before Jeff Jarrett even tested. That is like my one like little.
Bro, that's one of the things I hate about wrestling. It's just like sometimes somebody's out in a hold and they just call the match immediately, and then other times they do like the arm raise shit for like suspense. It's like, is there no standard rules and practice here of which one you're supposed to do? Because if they just called the match, then it was like, oh, we've seen that finish a lot. Like somebody's passed out in the hold, it's over. But I don't know.
Especially the amount of blood that Brian had lost, it would have been believable.
Yeah, it's like, bro, he's out. He's bleeding like hell. He's not
25
moving.
minutes deep. Like,
it's like, bro, just call it, Jeff. But nah, I guess babyface referees gotta be all biased and shit. I guess so. And then Brian rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3. Cool, nice little celebration with the Owen belt. Dr. Hart, God bless you. Very good match. Loved it. Crowd stunk, but it didn't take me out of it too much. Man, I wish that crowd was hot. And listen, Bryan Danielson, you are my favorite wrestlers of all time. Maybe the greatest wrestler of all time, depending on who you ask, especially in the United States of America. You've given me very great moments since I was a child. I was there for the Yes Movement. I watched some of your ROH stuff. You're in the AEW. You're generally awesome. But fuck this old ass nigga, man. I don't need this shit. Hey, man, right there. And this old nigga finna get the damn, this old brittle Brian ass motherfucker finna get the damn spot.
Yo, Nigel was right. Nigel was right all along.
Nigel was
really the bad guy.
Nigel was trying to tell y'all something, man. Y'all better listen to Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel don't trick y'all. Nigel don't trick y'all.
He'll never led you astray. But hey, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see when Swerve Dog walk him. Y'all gonna see when that arm get broke. Y'all gonna see.
So this was. So I love this match, but I think I love this match, but I think it's my least favorite one in the tetralogy. You like that? You like that word? Tetralogy?
I do. It's a good word.
Marcus, your black ass, you never heard that shit before.
Brother, anyway. I have an English degree. What are you talking about?
This nigga ain't graduate from middle school. Anyway.
is simply not true. Fuck nigga.
Anyway, it's just because like it's like the shortest match. I like we all love, but we all like Double J a lot. We respect him as a legend, but like I don't think him being special guest in Fortune was like the most necessary thing in this match. We have two wrestlers of this caliber. You know what I mean? You don't really need any outside shenanigans. It's a lot like they had the Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable match. And it's like, bro, these are two great wrestlers. And it's like you're focusing a little bit too much on, not even a little bit too much, way too much in that instance on stuff that's like has nothing to do with wrestling. You know what I mean? And I know like they wanted to give Jeff Jarrett some shine because he's the only one in this tournament that actually knew Owen on a personal level. But yeah, I feel like that just like takes it away a little bit. I'm looking at Cage Match. This went a little bit over 25 minutes. It's got a 9 on Cage Match. God damn. People really love this match, and I did too. It's just I think I'll make it last. Like he brought back the ROH dive. That was great to see. Hangman did a moonsault. I think it was off the second rope. Set it up like he was gonna do the reverse AJ Styles DDT, and then picked him up and then hit him with a tombstone. That was amazing. So we've seen some new shit. We've seen some old shit. This match had everything. It had great drama. I wish so bad it had the Chicago crowd from last week.
Yeah.
That's the type of crowd that this match deserved. And Calgary just didn't bring it. Like I don't know what the numbers were, but I'm sure there was enough people in the building for
over
them.
45.
Bro, we've seen it. We've seen it with 2,000 people. We've seen 2,000 people be great before us, and I'm sure there was 2,000 people in the building. So I don't really.
It was like over 4K.
Yes. There was absolutely no excuse for why they were so ass. There was no excuse then. 4K. But if this had a better crowd, I'd probably feel a lot better about like this match going out. But I still absolutely loved it. One of the TV matches of the year, if not
the 5K.
If not the TV match of the year. Wrong winner in my opinion, but that's no secret. I feel like if Danielson was gonna win the title, then he should have. There was multiple occasions where he should have won the title already. I feel like beating MJF at Revolution would have been something very interesting. I feel like it would have been a needed shift for MJF's character instead of going into like the Brochacho saga. There's also Grand Slam against Jon Moxley, where it was just like everything was saying like, yo, let's go Danielson, let's go with Danielson, and Mox wins. I was shocked. Like I couldn't believe it.
Genuinely stunned.
I thought if Danielson was okay with getting beat by anyone in AEW, right? Being like, this person does not. I mean, not getting beat, but actually beating anybody in AEW, saying this person does not need the rub. I can win the championship off of them, and they're going to be perfectly fine when I'm gone 2-3 years from now. Is Jon Moxley. LOL, Mox wins. And I don't like Javo's in the chat saying he's laying down at Wembley. I don't think he's laying down at Wembley, bro. Like I'm pretty sure Danielson's winning. I don't think you put him in that main event.
If they now have him lose, that's an insane way to use this tournament.
Insane way, especially since Swerve is a babyface. One of the consistently the most over guy on the television program week in, week out. I don't think you have him going to Wembley as a babyface and beat Bryan Danielson. I don't think that happens, bro.
My big thing, another thing that like kind of annoys me with the fact that Danielson won again as well. We've got babyface versus babyface in the main event of All In again, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
like considering it vastly different situations, and it's going to be a vastly different build and a much better build. I'm fingers crossed. It's Danielson and Swerve, but it's still babyface versus babyface, which is not a dynamic that I think should be in the main event at Wembley.
Imagine how awesome the Wembley crowd would be with a heated blood feud in the main event with a hated in kayfabe heel in Hangman Page, where he's just like been doing dastardly stuff, and the Wembley crowd could just boo somebody out of the stadium. I don't know, bro. I feel like we're getting robbed at that moment.
Dying for people to boo last year.
It was right there. Like I get the whole, Brian, you want to go out on top, you want the feel good moment, but I'm sorry, bro. Like, I love Bryan Danielson, we all do, but I don't care. I don't care about that as much as I would care about Hangman finally getting his get back on Swerve. Like, he comes back because these crazy promos. Like, he broke into his fucking home. Family had to leave. I'm gonna burn his world down at the biggest stage of the entire year in AEW. And you just dangle that little carrot in front of everybody's faces and just snatch it away for an old nigga to get a feel-good moment. Now, it's Bryan Danielson. It'll be awesome as far as the match and the moment itself. If you hear Final Countdown, let me say them, that's cool with me, but I just feel they just missed the mark with Hangman again.
Hangman getting screwed again at a pivotal moment in his career. What else is new? What else?
It's also this misconception that people have with All In that it has to go out on a feel-good moment.
No, it doesn't, bro. It's literally just a wrestling show.
Last year, it's whatever. It was the first time in Wembley Stadium. I'll take the feel-good moment.
Yeah,
it's your biggest show of the year. Do something impactful with it. Hangman is on the cusp of being the most dastardly heel that they've ever had in AEW, and we've misstepped for Bryan Danielson. I love Bryan, and I'm gonna be so happy when he wins the belt at All In. But what are we doing? All of this for them to then tease Okada versus Hangman at All In later in the show, and we'll talk about it more there. But what a fucking misstep, because that's heel versus heel. And what are you going to do? Turn Hangman back face and just destroy all of the character work he's done since October?
I genuinely don't.
I don't understand.
My head's gonna spin talking about this.
Black Yakuza, Black Yakuza. He said something that we were talking about. A $5 super chat. Wrestling is funny when people are legit unsure about Dragon winning a title at All In. Even I still don't know how to feel about it, bro. It's like, look at it's like nobody, obviously Bryan Danielson's a way bigger star than Hangman Page, but Dave Bautista was a way bigger star than Bryan Danielson. But was it right for Batista to be the main event of WrestleMania? What was it, 30 over Danielson? No, bro. No. Just because you're the biggest star doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
It's
wrestling,
so ironic,
bro. You cannot even compare Cody's level of fame to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You cannot compare their levels of fame. Like, Cody's microscopic in comparison to The Rock, but it was still the right thing for Cody to be in the main event night 2 against Roman Reigns over The Rock, bro. Like, just being like, oh, he's a bigger star. You know, it's just star power. Oh, who's going to sell more tickets? Who cares, bro? It's not the right thing for the wrestling company at the moment. This ain't the right thing for the wrestling company at the moment.
It's like, bro,
he still would have been on the card.
It's such a monkey's paw situation. The one time we want him to win, we have our heart set on somebody else. Very ironic considering Bryan's journey in WWE.
You tell me you put Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness on the card. That's not going to put
Zack Sabre Jr.
butts in seats, or Zack Sabre Jr. You said the third match is happening. It's happening at Wembley. That's not going to put butts in seats. Yeah. Come on.
Such a monkey's paw.
It's gonna be so funny when we get to the Dynamite after All In and we're praising the fuck out of it.
It's just like, bro, so when does how do you rectify Hangman's situation here? How do you give him a match it's gonna be a downgrade, because no matter what he gets, it's not gonna be the main event of Wembley. So how does he come out of this? Like, what does Hangman's fall look like? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, a blood and guts match that no one really gives that much of a fuck about. Cool,
bro. Like the Bucks versus the Acclaimed being the backbone behind this blood and guts match is like killing the concept of blood and guts, bro. It's so bad. Nobody cares.
We should have just ran a women's blood and guts.
We are 3 elite stands. We are 3 elite stands. We are 3 young bucks stands. We don't care about this, bro. Like, thank you, Acclaimed. You've managed to find a way to make me not care about my goats. Literally just put FTR in this, bro. Like, do you know how bad shit has to be for me to be saying book FTR in a match that I want to see? Like, bam, $2 super chat. I saw what it did for Hyrule Husky. # we want Hank. Unfortunately, this ain't nearly the level of screw job that it was for Cody. So it's just like, I don't know. Movement's not gonna work. They're not gonna listen to us, bro. Brady Watling, $5 Canadian. We appreciate you. Who do you guys think will beat Dragon for the belt if he wins it at All In? Hangman at Wrestle Dream? Well, there's definitely people that I would like to see. Hangman is a great choice at Wrestle Dream. Swerve is a great choice at Wrestle Dream. Those are two Pacific Northwest guys.
Oh, Darby would be nice.
Even Darby getting crowned in the Pacific Northwest is another great one. Who are some out of the box options that could probably beat Danielson?
Oh God, I mean, it would be full circle for Max to get back there, but I don't want to see it.
Oh my God!
No.
I'm just saying it would be very full circle of AEW to do it. I do not want to see it. It would also be full circle for Osprey. Throw that one out there. That's an exception.
I feel I wouldn't mind Osprey. I wouldn't mind Osprey either, but I feel like you just wait, honestly, to crown him at all. I feel like you just build the All In 3 around him. There are people that I'm scared that it's gonna be. I really feel like they're finally gonna pay off this whole BCC thing, like the whole dissension and whatnot, and Claudio not feeling. And I feel like we're gonna. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of scared they're gonna do like Danielson versus Mox, and they really shouldn't do that.
I don't want to see that shit.
I love Moxley. He has been so checked out this year. I don't want to see him as world champion again for like.
I'm not trying to see John Moxley old ass do kung fu with the world title like he tried to do.
No.
Y'all like Death Jitsu?
We do not need Death Jitsu. We do not need Death Jutsu. We do not.
And this is coming from Mox fans.
We're done with Jeff.
This is coming from Death Jutsu. Yeah, we're done with Death Jutsu, bro. I need someone. You know what? You know what's wrong with Jon Moxley, bro? He's been hanging out with Josh Barnett too much. That old grapple pervert. We're done with grapple perverts. We're done with Bushido Bloodsport. Somebody strap Jon Moxley down in the chair and force him to watch 50 hours of 90s Terry Funk so he can remember who he is. All right.
Where's that fucking moonsault, bro?
Yeah, and where's some moonsault, Mox?
That shit's not coming, brother. I'm sorry.
Nigga want to roll around and shit with accountants on weeknights and shit, and it's melted his brain. It's melted his brain, bro.
Like, fair, nigga. If I want to watch good grapple fuck, I would just watch Kyle O'Reilly. The fuck?
Yeah.
And he beat your ass for real if you try that dip juicy bullshit with him.
Yeah, but there's a lot of great options. I feel like Swerve, Hangman, because if Hangman's the champ and Swerve tries to like get back and Hangman beats him there, I'm fine with that too. I don't think it's the ideal situation, but it's better than where it looks like things are headed. But Hangman, Swerve, Darby, Osprey's one, Takeshita's one, but I feel like Takeshita is someone who needs to have like actual ascent in AEW and not just like go straight to the main event, because like the TV audience like still hasn't been told to get behind Takeshita. You know what I mean? Like we're like internet marks and shit. We just know how awesome he is, and we know how great he is. We know he's one of the best in the world and shit. Like he's that.
Yeah, you alive?
And like winning like mid card gold and stuff, and like winning big matches on pay per view that aren't just Kenny Omega being like, no, we're putting my wrestling son over. Black Swan, $3 Canadian. We appreciate you. Alpha Calgary, mostly drunk cowboys from Stampede. I heard it was just a bunch of drunk tourists that came into town for Stampede and don't care about anything else. Duno, $10 super chat. We appreciate it. At All In, Danielson turns heel, holds the title hostage while being a part-timer, only defends at pay-per-views. At All In 2025, Osprey finally hits the Tiger Driver on Danielson at Wembley and wins Let Me Cook. It'd be interesting TV. If part-timer means he wrestles part-time, I'm all for it. If part-timer means he appears part-time, no. I think AEW needs their title. Like it's not the institution that WWE is, where like, oh, Roman can just fuck off for 3 months with the title, and things are gonna be okay. Things probably won't be okay. Not even probably, they won't be okay if it's just like not on TV for weeks at a time while he holds the top title, bro. It would get pretty nasty. No. So I'm with you, but at the same time I'm not with you. It depends what you really mean there.
If we really done with the 2000s in that case.
Yeah. Mavs fan 84 $2 super chat. Hangman always delivers every time. Real ace at AEW, bro. Whenever they call on Hangman, bro, he's there and he performs to the best of his ability. And the best of his ability is one of the best in the world, bro. I love Hangman as a performer so much. It means a lot to me as a wrestler. It's unfortunate that he's not getting this opportunity. And Jan $2 super chat. Hanger must take the belt at WrestleDream. No two ways about it. I don't feel differently, bro, unless Swerve's getting it back and Hangman beats Swerve at, like, say, Revolution, or even if they find a way to stretch this to Double or Nothing. I wouldn't hate either of those options at all. Because if Danielson really does lose, I mean, if Swerve really does lose to Danielson at All In, then it's just like that win that he's talking about he wants to get back, just not happening. And not only is he not getting his win back, he's going in an 0-2 hole. That's kind of crazy, bro. It's kind of crazy for one of the future of the company, the future and the president of the company.
Indeed.
But we are all caught up, so whatever's next, Chuck.
Wonderful. Please do keep the super chats coming. Next up is actually Swerve's promo, because we never actually talked about that. After the face-to-face that he and Bryanson had when, like, because Swerve came out when Bryan was still on the ramp, they had a face-to-face, and then it went to break, and then Swerve came back and did a promo. Well, he didn't leave. We came back from the break, and he did a promo. Basically, the key thing to take away from this, I think, was him talking about the Dynasty era of AEW and him laying out a challenge for Okada in a match. I have thoughts on this, mainly because that Continental belt means nothing. Him doing the match with Osprey on pay-per-view was different because of Osprey's not made something of the international belt. It already meant something. Okada's done nothing with the Continental belt after Eddie's reign. I'd spoken out. And that really does kind of piss me off because it is just a bit of a prop. And Eddie put some real work into that belt, even if he wasn't dealt the best of hands. But regardless of that, what did you guys think of Swerve's promo? Because I thought the promo was pretty good. It's just that like one bit with Okada that's pissed me off.
It's been good. Okada himself is like a bigger deal than his belt. And it's like when you're a star as big as Okada, like, all right. And he has a mid-card belt, but it's just like, if he was defending it like his life depended on it, or with any type of regularity, we'd be like, yo, this belt means something. Like us longtime Walter fans, he's a bigger star than the Intercontinental title, because the Intercontinental title didn't mean shit. None of the mid-card titles meant shit. They still don't mean shit. Look at Logan Paul's been the champion for like a year and has defended it like twice or something, right? But he defended it so much that it was just like he made people care about that title, even though it didn't mean anything, and he was a bigger star than the belt itself. But Okada is a bigger star than the belt itself, and like he barely defends the title. So it's just like, oh my god, it's Kazuchika Okada. And also he has like the Continental Crown belt on his shoulder. Who really cares about that? But so I feel like they need to rehab that belt. I feel like low-key, I feel that it should be unified with the international title, and they should just call it another world title. Call it the World Heavyweight Championship, put it on, and make it the Collision World title. It's a big roster. There's a lot of mouths that need to be fed, honestly. Like as I've said for years and years and years and years, 2 world championships in one company makes 0 sense. But it's the industry standard when you're a company as big as AEW, because you're competing with WWE. There's mouths that need to be fed. You know what I mean? There's only one ball to go around. I feel like you need to make the second world title, and you could do that with the Continental Crown and the international title. Unify those. But Swerve versus Okada. He called him out. Match is official. I'm really excited. I don't think there's gonna be a winner. I think this match either gets thrown out or it's a time limit draw. I hope it's a time limit draw. I hope it goes. I hope they go 20 minutes bell to bell.
I didn't consider that because I always thought that Max and Will are gonna go to a time limit draw.
I think Max wins.
You think Max is gonna take the belt?
I'm so certain.
I think he's winning.
So Osprey can get his win back at All In.
Yes.
And there's your good moment. It means that Hangman could have won. Anyways.
I also see a super terrorist situation where I see a super terrorist situation where Osprey just goes down 0-2 against MJF early. They really should not do that.
No.
But
I would have thoughts.
yeah.
That's what that is. But anyway,
Yeah.
I like the promo. Swerve had that shit on per usual.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned,
That's
hey man, you beat me before, I'm gonna beat your ass again. This whole final countdown shit finna go to the end, blah blah blah. And they're blood and guts too. So there's also that.
Oh yeah, he did declare himself a blood and guts. I probably should have
he
acknowledged that
did.
bit as well.
Yeah.
Which, thank God. As much as I love Mark Briscoe, him being the first to declare himself for Team AEW did really confuse me, because of Swerve had literally said in a backstage promo, hey man, next time you guys are going off against each other, I'm on Team AEW. But he wasn't there last week, so it is what it is. Minor little.
And I did like how he
nitpicking.
put it back into the Danielson stuff. He's like,
yes, it'll be your final
team.
countdown.
I'm gonna lead this team. Y'all ain't gonna have a Team AEW fight the AEW World Champion, which duh. And I'm gonna do what you didn't do, Brian. I'm gonna actually beat the Elite.
Yep.
There's that.
And at Wembley Stadium, it's gonna be your final countdown, which was a bar, to be honest. Let's be real. I'm excited for that at Wembley.
It's gonna take some work to get me more excited in that mode for the Brian Swerve stuff, but yeah, decent little start. Just give me some more heat, give me some more of that, and I think we'll be rolling. Still pissed about the result, but
yeah.
What do you do?
Same. Going back to Max Osprey real quick. This is something that I said on Twitter like last month, but how would you guys feel if they did at All In Max versus Osprey versus Pac versus Danny? Because it kind of feels like it is something they could do. They have got all the pieces there that is something they could do.
Oh, they could.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that at all. I like 4-ways. I like them a lot more than triple threats. I just feel like they flow a lot better than triple threats do. For 4 wrestlers that think the world of. I like that. I like that idea. I don't know how likely it is, but I like it a lot.
Well,
I'm skipping around. Come on, like this is fucking crazy. This is not necessary.
I'm skipping around Dynamite real quick. We're going to talk about the global. What the fuck was this match called? The Global Glory match.
Yo, come on. All right, bro. I see how.
Relax.
What y'all on? Y'all good? Y'all all right?
Niggas can't even talk graps no more, bro. Go ahead, Chuck.
It's ridiculous. Simon, I see your point in that is lazy, but all right for Wembley. Let me explain. The Global Glory match, during that, I feel like a lot of people miss this. Tony Khan tweeted whoever won would then get a future shot at the international title, which is why I think that Max and Osprey are going to a time limit draw. The match is going to be remade for Wembley, and then Pac's going to insert himself, and then obviously Danny Garcia is going to come back and be like, well, fuck that. Osprey, like, I took Osprey to the limit, and then Max fucked me, so that's my theory on that.
You have a lot of theories.
I wouldn't hate it.
I do. I have a lot of theories constantly.
I assume right now what we're getting.
I assume it's the singles.
Yeah, I assume we're just gonna get MJF versus Osprey 2.
Yes.
But I truly don't hate it. I think
the logic is there. So
I think they're telling a story about Pac having bumps on his road to Wembley. So I think he's gonna get an international title match. I don't think it's gonna be at All In, and I think
they might do that in Wales.
I think he ends up doing something trios. I think Death Triangle is on the card, and not just Pac. I think that's where they're going with this. To try, like, Pac tries to get on the card by any means necessary.
Yeah, that also makes sense. But I saw a spoiler for Collision, and I'm like, that's an interesting move.
Yeah,
with the trios stuff
over the last several weeks, like Christian and the Patriarch, they feuded with the entire trios division for weeks.
They are. We could end up with like fucking 3 trios in a match, and it's going to be absolute chaos. But whatever. I'm going to stop bouncing around Dynamite now. We will come back to the Global Glory and talk about the actual match in a second. But after the Strickland promo was a Mariah Willow video package, again just summing up the culmination of the Owen Hart tournament on the women's side. Then there was an Acclaimed music video. I will not hold you guys. I'm not talking about this. I have nothing to say. So unless you guys have anything you want to get off, I'm moving on.
I ain't got shit to say about that, man. It's 2024. We done with it,
I'm just going to speak generally about the like.
Mhm.
When is the last time you've seen an act that was like so over, just completely lose like any semblance of juice that they had? And it's not like because like not one specific thing happened, like not one crazy booking thing happened, or like it's not like Cass is like a criminal or anything. He's just like really annoying, and the matches aren't great, and everybody's just like, you know what? Yo, fuck this guy. Like it's so bad, bro. Like Mansoor, everybody saw the diss, quote unquote, that Mansoor dropped on Caster, right? It has like 30,000 likes. And Mansoor basically just like repeated like everything that like AEW fans feel about Caster right now. But he's like, and he's like, oh, I'm working, brother. But it's how fans feel, bro. Like nobody's trying to see Max Caster do anything. Or really unfortunately, all over AEW programming right now in prominent positions, and we're not trying to see it at all.
It drives me mad.
Right, it's really very much an act that works very well when you're like red hot, like they were in 2022. But when you're just kind of like trying to rebuild this act, everyone sees it, and it's basically Emperor with no clothes. It's like, this shit really ain't all that good.
Even when like the more jaded AEW fans, like was just like, yeah, you know what, we're done with the Acclaimed. They were still getting mega pops in the arenas, right? Like, and it would be like, it wouldn't be like a small section, right? It would be like a good amount of people. They'd be like, yo, Acclaimed sucks now, bro. Like, I hate the Acclaimed. The music would hit, crowds on their feet, everybody's going crazy. They want to hear Max Caster rap. Fans don't care no more, bro. Nope. The fans in the arena don't care no more. There's no mega pops, bro. They were in Long Island. And the Acclaimed music hits. That's Max Caster's hometown. He's from Long Island, trained in Long Island, went to school in Long Island. They didn't care when his music hit, bro.
I care more about Okada.
They didn't care, bro. And Okada's music hit, and then they were going crazy.
Like you know, your act is pretty much done when the consensus thought is, I hope Anthony Bowens leaves this, please.
Yes,
that tells you everything. Like they suffered a lot from that whole thing where when you're just really over. And you can get anything over it and get crowds invested in anything you do. And then bookers just book you to do literally anything.
They end up booking a Wembley Stadium match for a guy with a retirement angle. I will keep bringing this up because it still pisses me off.
There are very few things in all wrestling Twitter, right? When you're talking about WWE, there are very few things that you're allowed to say, this is actually bad, when you have like a larger account. And I was like, and for the rap, I was like, this is actually bad. And everybody just agreed, bro. Nobody harassed me. Nobody was like, shut the fuck up. Like, no, everybody's just like, yeah, this sucks, bro. Everybody's just like, yo, the Acclaimed is dumb, bro. They've lost all semblance of juice. They need to like do the Bowens heel turn, bro. Do the Bowens heel turn, or like whatever. Do something.
Just free Bowens. I don't care if he's heel, face, tweener. I don't know. Just free Bowens. I want him in the Continental Classic. That's my goal for the year. Like
that would be really cool.
But yeah, nothing to add about this segment because I just didn't give a fuck about it. Up next, oh god, another segment that I didn't really care about, to be honest. Which is unfortunate. Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho in the, I forget what the match is. It's Stampede not Stadium Stampede. Stampede Street Fight. Thank you.
Yeah.
This match, I don't think it was bad necessarily. I'm just so checked out of Jericho that I didn't care about this. I think that obviously the main takeaway was the fact that Chris Jericho ran Samoa Joe over or whatever the fuck he did with him. On a forklift, and Samoa Joe has been written off TV. It seems like he was taken away in an ambulance. I think it was reported that the Twist and Metal recordings have finally started, and he's reprising his role in that, which is the break that we all thought he was taking after Revolution, and it never happened.
And then after Double or Nothing, and then it never happened.
And then it never happened. Yeah, and then just in time for All In. So thank you, Twisted Metal.
And that's after All Out too. That's the other part.
Yeah. It seems like he is going to be off for a little while, though. That report did also say that there's going to be some breaks in between episodes, so we might come back here or there. We don't know. We will see.
I assume we're getting Chris Jericho versus Samoa Joe at All In.
So do I, but I'm hopeful that we don't because I don't want to see Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho's on that show.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain he is.
So I'm like, so it's hard for me to rate anything Chris Jericho does objectively right now, because
Indeed.
wrestling is not in a vacuum. You have to put all the stuff together, right?
Yes.
So I've hated everything he's done for the last I don't even know how many months, but just months
like
at
3.
this point. But if I was able to put this in a vacuum, and this was actually pretty entertaining TV. Samoa Joe is the master. He could get blood out of he could squeeze a rock for blood. Like, he could get anything out of nothing, and he was able to do that with Chris Jericho last night. I'm not saying it was like the best thing in the world, but I feel like it was entertaining wrestling TV. And I popped huge when Jericho put him on a forklift and ran him through a wall. It was pretty good shit. Unfortunately, the only thing that was keeping the learning tree from making me pull my beard out was the fact that it was feuding with Jogoon, and it looks like Jogoon's not gonna be on TV anymore. So learning tree has to pivot from these couple weeks up until Joe has the opportunity to set up this Wembley match. So what does that look like? Who's going to be feuding with the learning tree? Is it going to be a bunch? It's going to be a bunch of nobodies, right? So we're going to get disgusting Chris Jericho segments against I'm not going to. I said nobodies, which is unfair. We're bro, we're gonna end up.
You know what it's gonna be?
Action and Andretti and Top Flight, bro.
Oh god.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Ishii, OC, and Kyle O'Reilly. That's who it's gonna be.
They're gonna drop matches to Chris Jericho, which is nasty.
Yes, it's great.
Nasty.
It makes me really sad. But anyways, continue your fall.
That's all I really had to say. It was pretty entertaining. The only thing that hasn't been making this all-time wrestle crap was Joe's involvement in these segments, and Joe's going. So can Hook and Shibata as TV characters carry a feud with the learning tree? I don't think so.
I don't know
so at all. So
yeah, they should also. Maybe that's why they wrote Hook off last week, so they could just be like, well, no one's here.
So it's just so none of these guys are here, and Shibata's not going to fight them by himself. So that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is good foresight from AEW if that is the case. But Marcus, what were your feelings on this one?
So I was tapped out emotionally because of the Hangman stuff, but I watched it again. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I had fun with this match. Sorry,
Fez, you're welcome to
because when they with Jericho, the segments are fucking awful and the dog shit. We know, and Jericho, the whole outside the ring stuff. Yeah, we can't ignore that. But when it's plunder matches minus the Hook win a Dynasty, they're actually kind of entertaining. And he kind of kept a lot of the Blues Clues bullshit at home, and he was more psychotic instead of just you went from Blues Clues to Jack Nicholson and The Shining, especially afterwards. So fun, and Samoa Joe, God bless that man. He is a miracle worker of all miracle workers in this business. He has been put through the most dog shit storylines in his career, and he's somehow managed to turn chicken shit into chicken soup a lot of the time. Here, he managed to work his magic. He had the horseshoes instead of the hockey pucks he did last time in Winnipeg, which is kind of entertaining. The backstage stuff was cool. The forklift spot was insane. And obviously the fucking learning tree interfered, blah, blah, blah. Dropped into a fucking makeshift wall that I saw coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
And it was oh shit, Samoa Joe's dead. And he just stopped the match right then and there. That got a kick out of me. I can't hold you. But again,
I popped to that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I did as well.
It wasn't the worst thing about Jericho.
There's a very real reality that I think everybody needs to understand, that it's possible that the worst of the learning tree is still yet to come, guys, with Joe off TV.
There's a decent chance
that the worst is still yet to come.
Yeah, a lot of people think that Jericho's won the main event. I'm telling you, it's Joe's involvement. Jericho has been shit in the promo game this entire time.
Yeah,
I'm not flinching this is so bad. And he's bro, why are you mimicking Eugene? And I know he's not supposed to actually be mentally challenged, he's just being insincere. But bro, you're literally doing Eugene's cadence and voice inflections and all of that. It's just why? Why are you doing this? Yeah, bro, it's nasty. Stop.
You're doing irony and shit, and it's not good irony. Irony's not good in general for the most part in wrestling. This shit's just ass, bro.
Yeah. when you look at like the rest of Dynamite and how like positive we've been like on the quality of it, like the booking decisions, like on the quality, we've been generally very positive. And then you look at how we talk about the learning tree stuff, and it's just like, well, we found the issue with Dynamite, like the one bad thing about it. So, you know,
it's that one big ass speck on an otherwise really good apple.
It's the one thing from 2020.
Someone in chat said Eugene was actually over. Facts, bro. Eugene was over.
like he was on the shows like Triple H and like all the top stars in the company. Like SummerSlam, he had a match with Triple H. Like, wow.
Dear, oh dear. But yeah, it was something. It was an effective way to write off Samoa Joe, and the crowd was into this. This was like one of the things on the show they were actually up for. It's like,
that's the one thing about scaring the crowd. They're always up for Jericho, sadly.
Bro, they're Jericho merchants, bro. And it's what we've seen, bro. Like Jericho hit Arena Mexico, and they were going crazy. They wanted him back there for a long, long time. And even somebody who hates the learning tree, like seeing him in that environment was actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I can't lie. But seeing him in a Canadian environment in AEW is not cool because it's basically the same thing for me, from like just watching week to week. I don't know. Canada needs to stop being sluts with Chris Jericho, bro. You see the bullshit he's doing.
We done with customs. We done with drink. We done with maple syrup. We done with Canadian bacon. We done with Tim Hortons. We done with all that.
And Team USA spanked y'all in basketball last night.
Had y'all waving the white flag like the Hart Part 6. Fuck niggas.
My goodness. On that note, before we move on to the next match, do we want to get into a couple of super chats?
Let's do that. Y'all been incredibly generous this episode.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Homie Azora Hart, $10 super chat. I'm doubling down on Darby getting main event booking going to 2025. I don't hate that at all. He's integral to the show. No chance of going to WWE. Never disappointed, and he's carrying Sting's legacy. Time to capitalize. Well, it's hard to argue with anything you said. I agree with everything you're saying, bro. I love Darby Allin. I feel like
when did Darby return in the show? Because I've just realized he's not in my notes.
Later on in the show. Later in the show.
Oh, yeah, later on in the show. He just I wouldn't have returned Darby like that, honestly. But
me neither.
If he couldn't be there, I don't know if he was there live this week or stuff. But I would have had his music hit and had him run out to do something, even if it was next week. But yeah, he returned later in the show in like a backstage thing where he attacked Brandon Cutler.
Yeah. Did he declare himself for Blood and Guts? I don't know. We're going to talk about this real quick because it's not in my notes. So.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I don't disagree with anything Azora Hart said. I feel like there was a long time in my AEW fandom where I loved Darby, but I would see people being like, "Oh, future AEW World Champion, future AEW World Champion," and I'd be like, let's slow down there. But I see it now, bro. Like he's a huge star, bro. I feel like he's everything that AEW is about. I see it.
Absolutely.
I feel like he should be rewarded with that. Bam, the homie Bam, $20 super chat. We appreciate you. # we want Hangman. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and you say to yourself, it's not over until I win. We want Hangman, man.
Need Hangman.
I still believe our Cowboys going to be all right, but it's unfortunate this is Chris Lloyd, $2 super chat. Give me Pac versus Ricochet.
That is also something I pitched.
This like maybe you don't put Pac on the card, and then during the show he marches out there with a mic. His music hits, goes out there, demands says this is his home. He wasn't on All-In last year. Demands a match. Ricochet. They have an absolute exhibition of a match. Great match. Pac wins. I don't think Ricochet has to win his first match in AEW, even though I think he should be really protected and pushed hard. He doesn't have to win his first match in AEW, especially not at Wembley Stadium. But
imagine if they opened the show with that.
That'd be so dope. That'd be so dope. Like ready to start the show. Like, what's Pac doing out here? And you started with something like that. That's a moment.
Have a cool showcase match. Why not?
We make moments, pal. Like, yeah, man. Cal. 50 pesos. We appreciate you. Shout out TK for binding Brian to a chair and torturing him until he finally accepted the world title. Hilariously, when I think Hangman should have won.
The timing is just so funny.
So
like we touched on earlier, bro. Like this is literally like the fourth best time for him. Like, bro, like we have the star. The AEW has the stars. They have the guys they should be pushing. They have the guys they could lean on. It's not like it's not like the times where it's just like, damn, bro, like what like AEW's main event scene's not the best right now. Like it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It is. Good for Brian, but I don't need this shit. So I'm sorry, bro.
Indeed.
Bam! $2 super chat, EVPAO. Please check your DM and share on screen.
Oh dear.
What you dropping this DM, man?
What you got for me? Give me uno momento, please.
I'm kind of scared. I can't hold you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nervous.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued, but
what the fuck?
I was gonna try and feel dead air, but Babs thrown me for a loop here. I'm really intrigued.
Right.
What is this?
Yeah, you got it. Man.
All right, I got it up.
Let's see.
So we have we have Danielson, we have Dragon Rock, and Hangman Cody Rhodes. And this is when Cody got cucked, but for his WrestleMania spot by The Rock.
Dude.
This is so cruel. This is disgusting.
Wait, whose body is? Oh, okay. So Swerve's on Roman Reigns. Okay.
Yeah.
This is so nasty.
This is
very
disgusting.
unfortunate. But this is the reality that we live in.
This is nasty.
Thank you for popping us, Ben.
I'll punch you down.
That was great shit. That was
The homie High Fly Flow, $5 super chat. The difference in CMLL anniversary main event Chris Jericho and Learning Tree Jericho is crazy. It is crazy, bro.
Audience perception, bro.
Yeah.
And Jericho just went to Arena Mexico and he's just like, bro, I'm not doing any irony based bullshit. He's just like, yo, I'm a star and I'm a bad guy and I'm him and I'm here. And it was really cool. It was cool to see. And the crowd reaction was cool and all that, bro. And it's sad that he feels like he can't do that in AEW anymore. He never really has done it in AEW, bro. Like all of his heel stuff has been irony based. That's not saying all of it was bad. I loved Ring of Jericho. I loved Le Champion. Those were two things that were based in irony that I thought were really good.
Even the JAS at the beginning was alright.
Yeah, the JAS at the beginning was decent. Like it's I think the list of Jericho like just cooked his brain, bro. Like his brain's just cooked.
It got so over and shit. And I don't know, but like I'll say, Arena Mexico, Jericho, the promos he's cut, like leading up to this match, they've been really good. It's going to be a good match. I think Mystico's going to get something really good out of him. I think he'll be motivated by being in Arena Mexico for the first time in like 30 plus years. And the fans want to see him. CMLL wanted him there. That was like their number one ask since they started this partnership.
He should just go online for like 3 months. Let the American crowds miss him. I don't know. It's a good idea to me.
No, it's not like you're not going to get paid, bro. Like I know TK pays you a lot of money. The check's still going to come. Check's still coming in the mail, brother. Check's still coming.
Just go take a holiday in Mexico and go pop yourself in Arena Mexico. It'll be great for everyone.
And if you don't want to go home to your crazy ass wife, bro, book a hotel or something. You got the bread for it.
You got the bread for it. So TK will probably book it for him.
Jericho's wife just deciding to like unprivate her page one day and just like be crazy and continue to be crazy no matter what people tweet at her or people like be just quoting her and be like, yo, what is Jericho's wife doing? It's a different type of arrogance. It's like, they just like no sell it, bro. Like she's just like racist, homophobic, transphobic. It's just like, oh yeah, whatever.
It's wild.
Every phobic in the book. She's a walking 4chan thread, bro. That's what she is.
Indeed. Right. I've just seen a comment from Kale and Chad. There is not going to be a triple threat in the main event of All In. Please get this idea out your brain. We need to address this.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Like,
bro.
why would you
no one wants that. No one needs that.
For the main event, just to be like, oh, well, actually, this is going to be your main
event. That's dumb as fuck WWE booking.
Kale, 20 Mexican pesos. Why do you want Jericho to invade my country? Because you're pushing for a 3-way in the main event of Wembley. That's why.
It wasn't Kale the main event. He's referencing the fact that my mentions have been slammed the last 2 days with people being like triple threat. Hangman's a babyface. I'm just like, shut up.
Why do people want this? Why do people want
this? Want this.
Cold.
People have been convinced that they were going to wrestle to a time limit draw, that it's going to be a triple threat at All In. I'm just like, bro, what are we doing?
Wait, so Charlie, is this what people actually want, or is this post Hangman losing Cope to get Hangman in the main event?
This has been my mention since Sunday. Like, I have not been able to escape it.
Disgusting.
It's such bad brain,
it's
bro.
disgusting.
We've grown for
People are
20 years of
disgusting.
like the Rumble when they're getting the main event, only for him to get fucked out of it, and then they're making a triple threat match like the week before the show.
Mhm.
Like, guys, we don't do that here. Stop it. It ain't happening.
I do believe it is a minority, but people just love to tell me I'm wrong about Hangman all the time, so I just get slammed with it. So, oh dear. Anyways, we've talked about Hangman a whole lot on this show, which of course we have. But let's talk about some Global Glory 4-way, which is a crazy sentence. But Claudio, Pac, Carl Fletcher, and Tomohiro Ishii they all got jobber entrances, which kind of made sense because of there was not a lot of runtime left on this show, but the match was fucking awesome. So I can't say that I was too upset about it. I don't remember the finish that cleanly. All I know is that Carl Fletcher tapped out to the Brutalizer, or gave the verbal tap out to the Brutalizer at the end. He got Black Arrow to the ass because he was like laying face down, and then he went into the Brutalizer. Ishii was awesome in this match.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Ishii was like genuinely a highlight in this match.
Great news. And Tony Khan
He's with
announced
us
after
all
Dynamite.
summer.
We got him.
We got him. We won. We've got Ishii.
Big Stone Pitbull.
Yeah. I'm real happy about that, actually.
WrestlePurists' own Ash, our PR expert, he told us months ago that Ishii would not be participating this year's G1, that he's got like a knee issue going on, and they just don't want to put him through that schedule. So I assume that he would just throw his feet up and take a break. No, bro, the crazy old bastard's doing an American tour. Obviously, like doing a TV 4-way match is not the same level as intensity as like going 30 minutes in the G1. So like it is a level of a break. But I'm always happy to see a living legend being able to wrestle on AEW Dynamite. It's unfortunate that he couldn't make the G1 this year. But what's up?
Yeah. Real quick note, I've seen a few people talk about Ishii getting a singles match on All In. He might be on the All In card in like a trios, a battle royal, that sort type of bullshit. He won't be in a singles match because he has a singles match the night before. I'm just throwing that out there. He's on the 12th anniversary show for Rev Pro, and that's already been announced. So, but I'm happy to see
that Copper Box show.
That Copper Box show that's been fucked by WWE. Thanks, guys.
Look at you throwing their Rev Pro on an AEW Dynamite review. Look at you, Chuck.
No, I'm not shitting on Rev Pro. I'm shitting on WWE scooping up free agents when they've got commitments that they had been announced for not even a week ago. But anyway, Stephanie Bakir, I wish you the best in your retirement. So, Global Glory, I really like this match. Marcus, how did you feel about it?
Nah, I have fun with this, but you just throwing in Rev Pro references on this show will never cease to amaze me. Like, you just got to throw your Britt Rest in here, don't you? But nah,
I am who I am.
Oh, we know. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this. Like, it was one of those matches where you see it and it's like, okay, they're gonna look at the crowd, they will look at each other, and they're gonna say 3.5. They'll go out, play the hits, have fun, do a couple dives, little nice stand, little kick around in the park. But nah, like halfway through it, they just kind of clicked in their head and decided, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna have a good ass match.
They had great chemistry between the four of them.
Hey man, Kyle Fletcher, bro. Get him in an Epsom salt bath.
Let's get into this. Because what the fuck is the Kyle Fletcher hate about on Twitter recently? I don't get it.
Kyle Fletcher's a great wrestler when you don't have fuck niggas telling you he's not. But
bro, there's a very nasty section of Twitter, and I'm not gonna give them the shine. Very nasty section of Twitter that just follows everything that they daddy say, and they daddy say Kyle Fletcher bad, so they all believe Kyle Fletcher bad. Bro, when people call him a mini Osprey, it's like, I'm just like, what are you? Kyle Fletcher has done like 3 moonsaults in the last 18 months. He's done 3 moonsaults, and one of them wasn't even. All of them was. I don't think he's done a single one in AEW. Honestly,
no, he hasn't. Because he fucked it like 2 weeks in a row, and he just retired it.
Yeah, he retired it, and the first time I saw him do a moonsault since was against Atlantis Jr. And I was just like, oh, his big ass can still do a flip. And people call him Osprey Jr. Bro, he doesn't wrestle like Osprey at all.
No,
people like, yo, he does the same type of nose selling that Osprey. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't, bro. And Osprey sells, bro. You just don't like the delayed style of song that he does and shit, bro. Like he never takes a major move and just like brushes it off like it was nothing. He'll take a major move and then he hits a move and then he'll sell. And just if you don't like delayed silence, say that. But don't say, oh, Osprey's a no selling whatever. He sells, bro. He sells. And then people are like, yo, Osprey's a selfish seller. I can rant about this for hours. I'm not getting into it. But you guys are
It's like, bro,
form your own opinions.
It's like, bro, pull your draws
Form
up.
your own opinions, please. I liked this match a lot. I think it started off a little bit slower than I thought it would, but it really picked up. Once Ishii got in second gear, everybody got in second gear. And I liked it a lot. Pac winning is the right choice. I love to see Pac getting big wins on AEW television again. Feels like 2019, feels like 2020. Love to see it. Kyle Fletcher in a big spot. Liked it.
Always good.
Ishii on TV, always great.
Yeah,
nothing to complain about this match, man. Good bit of business.
They was putting in Kyle Fletcher's stomach. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what he did backstage. I don't know what he did in the match, but they was kicking his ass.
Yo, I was telling like Ibu and Chris and Rob, I was watching old, like while I was getting work done, I was like bored on Monday. I was watching old What Culture Pro Wrestling matches, and I saw Kyle Fletcher from 6 years ago, and he made
long hair. That little baby
long hair, and he was literally like 6'3".
Was he still in the trunks?
Pounds. Yes.
Was he still in the trunks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, you could literally like see his ribs poking out his stomach.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was disgusting. Why was he that skinny? He made CSJ look like a super heavyweight. It was so nasty. But he's come a long way.
He has come a long way.
I'll probably never make fun of his hair ever again after seeing that haircut that he had 6 years ago. That was crazy.
Fucking nuts. Hey, he's getting more confident there. He looks great. I love Kyle Fletcher, bro. You ain't never gonna make me hate Kyle Fletcher as a wrestler. Nobody. But that double submission spot they put him in.
Oh yeah.
What did he do to make the niggas that mad?
He was the young boy of the match. You always got bully the young boy.
And of course he taps because duh. And then the elbow drop packet. I don't know what happened.
Yo, that was crazy.
It was
the elbow drop was nasty. He been putting some stank on those elbow drops since the Danielson match.
Yeah, he got it in the bag.
Got road chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he a bastard.
He a bastard.
Oh shit, Monty Kiffin passed away.
What?
Yeah, I just saw a tweet from Tony Khan. See, Tony Khan let me know Monty Kiffin's on pass is crazy. But
that's crazy.
Legendary football coach.
Okay.
Chuck.
Makes sense.
American football. But anyway, back to Dynamite.
Our thoughts with the family.
Yeah, he worked with the Jaguars too, like in the past. So.
Fair enough. But yeah, Global Glory.
So where are we at now? Do you want to? We got some super chats.
Yeah, we can go back to super chats
before
we get into the little last stretch of stuff.
All right. On us, the Sultan $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Two-Face Mariah. Blood cover one side of her face. That was crazy, bro.
Bro,
we will get there. But fuck me, that was incredible.
I got so many things to say about that.
Chris Lloyd, $5 super chat. Maybe EVP save Hangman gets the pinfall. He gets the world champion at All Out. Swerve retains at All In. Then we get Hangman versus Swerve at All Out. Wouldn't hate it.
That would just make me mad that I've missed out on the match, but I wouldn't hate it.
But one
I wouldn't hate it. I would still say Hangman should have had his moment at Wembley, but
yes,
I would get over it really quickly.
That's not a bad caveat.
No, I would say there's one caveat. There's no pinfalls and blood and guts. So there's that.
This is true.
Oh yeah, you gotta give up. I still think Danielson's winning, unfortunately though. But I do like your idea. Adam Legend, $5 super chat. Kyle Fletcher almost died on a moonsault onto a barricade in the DC New Japan Pro Wrestling show last year and said no more of that. I remember. And then
2 weeks before that at Sakura Genesis, he knocked his head off the fucking barricade and split it open.
He almost died on a moonsault then too. And then he said on Twitter he was retiring the moonsault. Yep. And then Mark Davis was like, "No, bro. Every time you almost die on a moonsault, we win gold." Like,
we win belts.
And then he never did a moonsault again until the Arena Mexico match.
And then he lost.
Now I was shocked, but I was like, "No way!" He actually does his moonsault, bro. He hasn't done one in like a year at this point. I
will say that's very smart of him. He knew he had to relearn and readjust to the muscle mass he had put on, and more wrestlers should take that sort of approach to wrestling.
Yes,
I remember. Osprey, he said that he gained like those 30 pounds and tried to do like everything that he used to be able to do, and almost killed himself. We haven't seen Osprey do a shooting star press in forever, and then he like adjusted it to doing like the draping. He would like drape his opponent on the ring ropes, and then do a shooter off there, so like he wouldn't have to like land his full weight onto the mat. And we don't see him do that anymore. We don't see him do the springboard 450 much anymore. We don't see him do that. What's that spinning kick thing that was called the something special? Like the opponent will be like on their hands and knees, and he does like a spinning kick.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I can't think.
Yeah, he don't do that.
It's not the Robinson special, is it?
It might be the Robinson special.
Oh God, I can see why he doesn't call it that anymore. Anyway, continue.
Is that a Brit Rest?
That's a Brit wrestling.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Oh no! Super chat. Mercedes, Willow, Mariah, Toni. Only reason I'm okay. See, all four of them kill it right now. Well, Willow wasn't given. I'm not Willow. Mercedes wasn't given much to do this week, but it was still, she advanced the angle. She had a good promo. Got her heat in Calgary. Her being a heel is a natural fit for her. She's at best when she's a heel. When you bring a star as big as Mercedes into AEW, it's very understandable why they're gonna start off as babyface. But I'm glad that they shifted to heel and they didn't try to get like a babyface Mercedes versus heel Saraya program on All In. But no, let's go to some money here. Like, none of us up here are the biggest DMD fans or DMD fans at all, bro. But this feud's been box office so far. Like, this feud's been good stuff. And Mercedes is just that good to get the best singles match out of Britt Baker in her career. So if she could put her, if Mercedes could put Britt Baker's star power to good juice, I say go for it.
Indeed.
They didn't run from it. They went to immediately.
Anjan, $2 super chat. Not gonna lie, Vakir getting hit with that ban is hilarious. What ban did she get hit with?
I ain't nothing about no ban.
I don't know. Are you just talking about the fact that CMLL will probably never take her back if she leaves?
Yeah. That is kind of funny. I can't lie.
I'll say if you were
bridges burn, brother.
It's crazy.
I'm a big fan of wrestlers doing business. Even if they come, I would never, ever want somebody to sign to AEW and then say they skipping all their dates. That's lame. It's hell to me. Like, bro. Like, if you had to take dates in like the middle of Iowa in front of 17 people, because if you didn't take those kind of dates, you would have to like be homeless. Like, maybe you cancel those. But like, if you like stuff like the Copper Box show, stuff like Fantastica Mania, where it's just like these are like it's people watching these, bro. Like, it's a lot of people that are like invested in this.
Stephanie was like one of the first announcer talents for that Copper Box show as well. So
it's unfortunate, bro. And you're holding two big, like, you're holding the CMLL world title and the tag team title. Don't do business. You just like you don't drop them. I'll never be a fan of that. So it's an unfortunate situation.
I feel depends on 3 companies all at once. That shit was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Just got it. Another one. Honest Assaulting $5 super chat. Could talk about it for hours. But Mariah and Toni angle is literally generational. I agree. Could change women's wrestling.
Yes.
I 100% think it could change women's wrestling in AEW. Mariah brings, like, if you see the engagement Mariah gets on her account, she gets like engagement from like stands that like you don't really see them engage with any other kind of AEW content. That's like, she appeals to those kind of people while also wrestling with a hard hitting like Joshi style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like, not to be like a cat. I know like Joshi have a whole bunch of style, but like when you think of like stereotypical Joshi wrestling, like you think of like the fucking sliding lariats,
the strikes,
huge drop kicks, huge strikes, stuff like that. So, and that's how she works. And so she's doing like the best of both worlds stuff right now. And the girls were gagged last night, Charlie, as people say.
They were. The girls were gagged. Mother was mothering. What can you say?
Mothering. All right, we were all caught up on the super chat, so whatever is next.
We are. Next up was Hangman being backstage, him muscling past Renee and disrespecting her. Wonder where that's going to lead, if anywhere. He knocked on the Bucks door. Okada entered, and they teased the tension there, which again not really a fan of. But he just basically told the Bucks that he will do blood and guts. So Hangman's in blood and guts, and that was made official with a graphic like 10 minutes later. Not much to say here.
Yeah, like I said, I would really like Hangman being blood of guts if it was part of his road to Swerve at Wembley story, but it's not.
Yeah.
So it should still be a good match, but it takes a little bit of shine off the match to me.
I'm just not as emotionally into it as I would be. It is what it is. I hope they don't do that kind of thing because it just feels like he's just a backup because we all know the real match we want to see with Kai is Kenny Omega, but we don't know if he's going to be back by then. So it just feels like, well, you kind of torpedoed your plans a little bit, Hangman, and you ain't got nothing else to do on this card, so fuck it, here you go. Like, he's better than that, bro.
Yeah. After that was the Mercedes in-ring segment. I don't have a whole lot more to say about this. She was interrupted by Britt, but AO just kind of summed it all up in like when we were talking about the super chats. I think Mercedes as a heel is the right choice. I think Britt and her are going to have a great build on the way to All In. I would like to see Britt in the ring before then to see what I'm working with going into All In. I need to see her in a match.
Yeah, she should probably have 2 matches, honestly. Get her feet wet.
That Russ has got to be crazy.
Just throw her in the fire.
Yeah, I agree. There's plenty of like great women that she can have matches with as well. Even if you bring up someone like the Ring of Honor ladies, you've got like your Red Velvet, your Queen Aminatas, like even like your Billy Starks, people like that. Like there are good women that she can have matches with to get warmed up, ready for Mercedes at all.
Oh shit! The world title match at Death Before Dishonor is going to be Roddy versus Mark Briscoe.
What the fuck?
Yo,
where did that come from?
Fuck it,
Ring of Honor just announced 25 minutes ago. Roddy versus Dalton Castle on Collision, and the winner gets Mark Briscoe at Death Before Dishonor. Obviously, this has been taped already, and even if it wasn't taped, we know where this is going. Roddy's not losing to Dalton Castle, so Roddy versus Mark Briscoe, Death Before Dishonor. I'm seated, brother. I'm seated, brother. This card is shaping up.
I'm here.
What
else is on that card?
We got Athena versus Queen Aminata, Billy Starks versus Red Velvet, and then now we got Roddy versus Mark Briscoe.
It's a hell of a card already.
Guys, I'm seated.
Honestly,
I'm ready.
They're probably gonna do Atlantis Jr. versus Kyle Fletcher.
Oh yeah, Atlantis Jr. versus Kyle Fletcher. Probably Juicer is crazy. Versus Kyle Fletcher is probably gonna be on there.
Yeah. Shout out Atlantis Jr.
I was going to say something about trios, but regardless, doesn't matter. I don't know what's going on with trio belts ever. So
they were advertised at first. The trio belts.
So yeah, interesting considering what happened on Collision. But Marcus, did you have anything to say about Mercedes Britt segment? It just kind of was there. They were there for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was maintenance. It was what it was. Mercedes doing the Bret Hart line in Calgary was fucking hilarious. She sounded confident as hell doing it, so
she's so much better. We do a lot of bits on this podcast. She's so much better than Bret Hart, bro.
She's way better.
Yep, yes.
Like, it's not even a debate.
Mercedes May.
Far better.
Yeah. But that does bring us to our main event, which was Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale in the finals of the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Both of them had gears on to honor Owen Hart. I think Willow's is one of the best like tribute gears I've ever seen anyone do. It was fucking awesome.
Shout out Nation Domination.
Absolutely, it was great. This match was awesome as well. These two had fantastic chemistry. I did not expect because going into this match it was babyface versus babyface. Like that's what they were going into this. But they were fucking awesome in this. Mariah showed out. Willow showed out. It was the result that we were all expecting. Everyone expected Mariah to be the one to get the match against Toni at All In. I'm going to leave it there. We'll talk about the turn after because that's going to be a whole segment on its own. But AO, just on the match, how are you feeling?
Really fun match. I'm high on Mariah, high on Willow. I don't got to tell you all that. I feel like these two are two of the future of the women's division. Probably got pay-per-view world title matches in their future against each other coming up. Yes. I really enjoyed this. My only issue with this match is that so they had Stoke and Stat interfere with the match. in an intent to protect Willow and to also keep this stat and stoke Willow's storyline going on. But it didn't protect Willow at all because it's not like when they interfered, she was setting up her finish because she wasn't. And the interference didn't play into the finish of the match. So it was just like, so them interfering and then getting run off was just like a thing that happened.
Yep.
So it was really weird. It was really, really weird. But I had a lot of fun with the match. Good back and forth, good action. I love where the women's division is headed.
Me too. Marcus, thoughts on the match?
Well, I was halfway on what happened last week on the pod. Why I said stat would cost Willow. She interfered. Didn't really cost her per se because it just kind of was didn't happen. They kept rolling with the match. But anyway, I had a whole lot of fun with it. Willow's awesome. Willow's perpetually a star in this division. I'm so happy AEW is like actually behind her and actually got her because so many companies before just didn't get her for whatever reason. I don't understand it. But she's got a real good thing going here. She's awesome. More opportunities like this, please. And Mariah, hey man, everything they said about her when they wanted her and when they first signed her, they were right. They really were right. Because like you kind of see her, you like you don't think she'd be all that great as a wrestler, but she hits hard, she hits with force, she moves with a purpose. The pound spot where she counted into a headbutt was fucking awesome. Like I'd never seen anybody do that before.
Yeah,
that was great. And then going to the victory roll for the finish in Calgary. Of course, they had to do that. Shout out to Owen. Exactly. That's also how the first women's Owens foul ended, but via victory roll.
Yeah.
I remember that, huh? Yeah.
I remember that too.
Yeah, so good match overall. Really good stuff. And I usually
go for it.
I usually call matches that are really good. They don't know it. I call it real music. The angle afterwards, that's real music. Let's get to it.
Oh yeah, let's get to it. They did not hesitate. So let's be real. We all knew that there was going to be a turn, and we all thought it was going to be Mariah. Did I expect it 30 seconds after she left the ring? No, I did not.
No.
They really caught me off guard. But I don't think I have seen a heel turn in AEW executed so perfectly, regardless of gender. It was like the moment, the tension, the crowd reaction, the blade job that Toni did, like it was diabolical.
That blade job was insane. She was pissing blood. And honestly, I know that this was all based on an old like 70s or 60s or 40s, whatever movie, like an old movie, Yes. I never read the synopsis because I didn't want to be spoiled on where this was going. So I didn't even know that Mariah was gonna be the one who turns. Like I was just like, all right, so this is not gonna end well. Especially since for a while there, when they were like building Mariah up a little bit slowly, like a few months ago, they were like Toni was kind of like side-eyeing her. But then like ever since she like, but then they turned Toni fully babyface and like she fully accepted Mariah as like her young girl or whatever, understudy, all that. And it was crazy. This was crazy. I did not like, she didn't even like hold the Owen belt up or anything. She just unstrapped it, looked at it, boom. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I started pissing blood. Like Mariah was rubbing it on her face, looking like
doing the bit with the shoe as well.
Hitting her with the shoe.
Attention to detail.
Why weren't you watching out for the shoe?
We didn't watch for the shoe.
You did not watch out for the shoe at all.
Shout out Luther for taking that table bump because that was
my god.
Luther takes a
huge table bump, earned his paycheck.
Indeed.
This was amazing. This was one of the best show closing angles in the history of AEW. Like, this is one of the best show closing angles they've ever done, regardless of gender. One of the best heel turns they've ever done, regardless of gender. This was just like this was just that real shit. Shit.
I think it's a testament to how well this segment played out with the fact that we'd seen Brian pissing blood earlier in the show, and this felt 10 times more uncomfortable. It was
way more uncomfortable.
horrific.
I was like, oh shit.
Bro,
Yeah.
the expressions Toni Storm was making while she was bleeding, bro, like she looked like she was in agony, and it was
Did you see the
like,
exclusive after
yeah,
as well?
Oh my
Like,
god,
that was
that
fucking
was
peak.
crazy. And then like Tony's like selling it in such a way that it's hard to tell, like, is she selling the physical pain of this or the emotional pain?
Yeah, it's like she's like half
it's
crying and half in pain.
to this. There's layers to this shit, bro. Like,
it's overused. So but if anything's ever going to be called cinema in wrestling, this was cinema.
Yeah. Seeing as this is based on a classic film, yes. The people who have actually watched All About Eve, like yours truly, the minute that Tony Khan put the graphic up and it said AEW is all about Mariah, I was like, oh shit. And it played out exactly like the movie did. Shout out Betty Davis in that movie. She was tremendous. But anyway,
indeed.
Like, I'm watching it. Like, we know it's coming, right? Like, we know something's going to happen here. But, like, I'm just kind of watching. I'm like, okay, they're going to celebrate. And then, like, wait, why is Mariah all the way up to the ramp already and Tony's not? Like, what's going on? Disregard's belt and just cocked the fuck out of her.
I wasn't even like I said, I didn't know who was going to be the one who turns, Toni or Mariah, but I wasn't even like expecting it 100% last night. If anything, if you would have asked me how it played out, I would have assumed they do a little Mariah Owen celebration next week or whatever, or it ends with like Toni like looking at Mariah like, oh, we gotta fight each other for my dog
finally
now. Or Mariah looking at Toni like they like tease the dissension, but they didn't do any of that. Didn't tease it at all. Straight to just brutal, like
to it.
That was amazing.
And she whooped her with the belt, with Luther with the belt, put him on the table. The blade job was disgusting.
It was so grim.
Like, bro, I've never seen anyone in AEW bleed like that, let alone Toni. Like, I did not expect him to be like that. Just hit with the shoe. You know, Mariah rubbing on her face. The camera goes out, the graphics up.
And the graphic and her standing over Toni. Oh, it was just beautifully shot.
Beautiful. And then they come back in right for the closing shot of the show. Like, Toni's like half crying in pain and both physically and emotionally. Like, and Mariah's like, yeah, I did that. Like, everything about that was just so on point.
Yeah.
And like, they've teased some, like, not even dissension, but like Toni Khan like briefly like, did you plan something all along? And like Mariah's like shaking. He's like, done enough of it, whatever. And then Luther kind of being a little suspicious of her.
Yeah, like he had like been suspicious of her over the months, and he had like finally kind of accepted her, and then fucking
which is exactly how it played out in the film from when she
exactly. Yeah, because it was the maid. It was the maid. It was Eve's maid that was like suspicious of No, not Eve's maid. The main actress's maid that was suspicious of Eve when she first came in to be the understudy. Like, it was so good. It was so good. And this is going to sound like a bit because everyone knows my opinion on him. But this went like under 5 minutes, and it was a hell of a lot more effective than the angle that Max did. And that went 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 15 minutes. I feel like a little bit of that was a little circle jerky, but I'm not. I thought it was really good. I did think the Max angle was. I
thought it was good. But I thought this was 10 times more effective.
This was way better. This was way better. This was way better. Yeah. And part of that's the time that they spent in building up the relationship between Toni and Mariah. But a lot of it is just like it was executed better, performed better, and stuff like.
Yes. Yeah. Because they've been building up since like what, October, November.
Since the minute she got signed, her immediate bit was, "Oh my god, I love Toni Storm. I've just come from Stardom. Toni Storm was in Stardom. I want to be with Toni."
Yeah, before they even met each other, like she was trying to like, get the hook up. To,
RJ City
meet Toni. Yeah, RJ City. Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, I RJ was like, yeah, I can get you. I can help you meet Toni. I can help you meet Toni." They had all that going on and stuff, and that's crazy, bro. Like she just planned this from day one.
Incredible.
Day one.
Let's get through these super chats.
Yeah, but that was AEW Dynamite.
It was
really good show. Not a great crowd. Yep. I wish it was a great crowd. It would have really elevated the show. But we got some super chats. If you have any final thoughts, please send in a super chat. Please like the video. We should have been putting that over during the podcast. We haven't. Please like the video. Leave a comment. Subscribe while you're here. Y'all been kicking ass with the super chats today. We appreciate the support. Kat Conley, $5 super chat. I think if anyone can wake up Mox, it'd be Hangman. So if I had to pick someone for Hangman to fight at Wembley, I think I'd prefer that to Okada. Maybe, I don't know.
If
I
it had a
wouldn't hate
stiff, I
it, but it's
agree.
just
I would
like
hate it.
I wouldn't hate it, but just, what kind of step would you be interested in, Charlie? Because you see the Texas
I don't-
Death Match.
I've seen the Texas Deathmatch live. I was there at Revolution. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just after that being the culmination, and like after them doing Anarchy in the Arena and Blood and Guts last year with that feud, I don't know that I could just watch Mox and Hangman have a straight up wrestling match. I think I'd be bored, and that's saying something because I love them.
I love John Moxley. I'm so
Mhm.
happy that he's in AEW, but it's just there's nothing that you could tell me he's doing right now that would have me like jump out of my seat excited. And that's unfortunate. I think he needs a new direction. He needs to do something.
Who gets my right? Something, anything.
His
The Texas match wasn't great.
Unfortunately, I'm not even saying the axe has gone. I don't know. Mox needs a kick in the ass. He's something.
I think Blackpool Combat Club needs to disband, personally.
Yes.
Probably. Ryan Sully. Because even with the Elite, bro, like the Elites are guys, but we know that like they can't just be a foursome pause on TV like forever. Like it's just like it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like just always around each other, always like standing next to each other, always in tags together and stuff. It wouldn't work. Like imagine that just being like 3 years straight of AEW. You know how many great, awesome moments we would have missed out on? So probably disband the BCC. Ibu's been saying this for like a year now, and I've been telling him to shut up. He's probably been right. Don't tell Ibu I said he was right. Hopefully he's not listening to this podcast.
It's only because like they do things on Dynamite where it's like, oh, they're beating the shit out of this group, and on Collision they're making the same for somebody else. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
Ryan Sully, $5 Canadian. We appreciate you, bro. Hey, Charlie, AO, and Marcus, who do you guys think is going to accept Mercedes' open challenge next Wednesday for the TBS title? Cheers. I genuinely have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are people that I would love to see. I would love to see Queen Armanata in that spot. I would love to see Red Velvet in that spot, but they have pay-per-view title matches coming up. So, no, they're not going to lose on TV. There are people that are convinced it's Natalya. Like, they'd bet their last dollar it's Natalya. I think Natalia's staying with WWE, bro. I think
Nyla is probably the one, and I'm not complaining about that. I think her and Mercedes.
I love Nyla. I think her and Mercedes would kill it. The way Mercedes would bump for Nyla's offense, would be amazing.
It'd be peak.
Yeah. So let's do Nyla Rose, bro.
I'm with that.
Either Nyla or a Serena Deeb pivot after Rio got injured.
That's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that either. I'd feel bad for Serena because she was supposed to have like a storyline and stuff. Yeah. Instead, she's just like losing an open challenge. And
I don't know how.
Yeah, I'd feel bad for her, but at least she'd still be on TV, and it's a Mercedes match, and this is a match that people want to see. So
I don't know how her schedule is right now, or if she's not like in America right now. But how about Sheeta?
Oh yeah, Sheeta. But I feel like
that's not either. But do you?
Like Sheeta's like a star and like a 3-time world champion. You kind of just save.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you do that match yet?
No, but when they use Sheeta, it's kind of like, hey, here's Sheeta, she's back.
I say that's a pay-per-view match that they're not doing MJF, Osprey, and Swerve Okada on the same show. But it's just that I'm selfishly saying that that's a pay-per-view match because I want to see that at All Out, All In, Full Gear, Wrestle Dream. Like I want to see.
I want to see him get like 20 minutes. So
So
and they're not going to get 20 minutes on the 250th episode of Dynamite.
On us, Assaulting $5 super chat. We appreciate you. They used the predictability in their favor. We all knew it happened, but no one expected last night, and no one expected to be so horrifying. My shirt's off. Oh, this was in reference to Mariah and Toni.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. Like nobody saw it coming in the way that it came. Pause.
Nope.
Dear God. No one saw it coming in the way that it came. Pause. But brother, when it came, it came. Phantom FTW, 2 pounds.
When you're right.
A heel turn using an actual heel. Cinema. Hey, double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
Watch for that shoe, Tony. Watch for that shoe.
Watch for that shoe. All that watch for the shoe talk. She ain't watch for it. You hate to see it. Chris Lloyd $5 super chat. Toni's whole character is black and white, and the girl she accepted bloodied her, holding her head up like an execution.
That was a
Yo,
crazy.
if they need to find they need to like put out merch or like put out like a something where it's just like Toni and everything's black and white, but like all of her like blood is just red. And that would be
someone
so
made a poster for All In like that on Twitter. I'll have to retweet. I think it's in my live, so I'll have to retweet
that.
it.
Definitely put that out. Definitely.
That sounds like a fire concept. That sounds like a fire concept. Dan V900 $5 super chat. Mox and Claudio should face the Young Bucks at All In. I like that idea. They never even paid off Mox and Claudio beating FTR Revolution. They should go for the tag titles. I like that idea. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm gonna send you this poster real quick because I think it should be put on stream because it's just a really fucking sick poster.
Yo, could you imagine if they for All In, like Toni goes back to her old character and like comes out on a motorcycle or some shit?
Oh, this is dope.
It's gas.
Let me put this on screen. This is dope. Shout out to who made this? Over by Design.
Ooh.
This
is fire.
Yo, that's bro. Shout out who made that, bro. That shit is fire.
Really, really like it.
There's a lot of talented people in the AEW community, man. There's a lot of talented people.
So
shout out to Over by Design.
I really love like the Wembley Stadium outline in blood red as well. That's good touch. That.
Look at Mariah, bro. She's diabolical. This is an evil woman.
Hey, man. For all y'all that say y'all watched All About Eve, no, y'all didn't. Actually watch the movie. It's actually great. And if you watch it like from front to back, you'll understand the story a lot better. Like it's legitimately great.
Absolutely.
I might watch it. How long is it? It's not a 3-hour movie, is it?
I think it's 3 hours. Let me check.
I think it's 3 hours.
If it's like 2 hours, I'll give it a watch.
It didn't feel like a long movie when I watched it. Like it was a really easy watch.
It is one time 138 minutes, so a little over 2 hours.
A little over 2 hours. I'll give it a watch. I have to, bro. If they're gonna do a generational angle like that, I gotta see their muse.
The inspiration.
I got to. Yeah, I gotta see the inspiration. Well, we're all caught up on super chats. Plugs.
Do I have any plugs? I have an article coming out at some point this week. It's a little bit different to what I usually write, but you guys should check it out when it comes out. Probably this weekend.
Any hints? Are you gonna keep that in the top?
Little wink.
It's something that I've talked about before. If you guys know who Charlie Evans is, it's a topic she's very passionate about. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
all right.
I know what this is. You've been planning on this for a while, so I'm interested.
I have been sat on this for a while.
It's a very divisive topic. You know, I see arguments on both sides. I don't feel passionately about it either way, but I'm excited to read this. Marcus, anything?
Hey yo, I know what you're gonna say about this plug, so I'm just preempt it. Y'all know
about the Gators.
Hey man, I got to throw my boys out, especially when college football gonna come out on Monday. Y'all know, follow my other podcast, the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics, inside_swamp on Twitter. We're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but as soon as like fall camp and stuff rolls around, we'll be back to
college football season about to be around the corner.
For sure. We're gonna see our boys.
I got nothing to plug. I don't know. We might do something Sunday. We might not. We'll see. Are there any shows this weekend? Any shows this weekend?
England are in the Euros finals. I will not be on a Sunday pod because I'm either going to be commiserating or celebrating. So,
man.
But I don't think there's any wrestling shows.
So. Hey, so if Black,
go ahead, Marcus.
On that.
So Charlie, if
I'm lying. There's the Noah. I do have another plug. I'm on the Late Night Grin tomorrow.
Oh, today is the Noah show.
Yeah. It's the big Bureau weekend. Late Night Grin. I'll be on the
AJ Styles versus Marufuji. There's also the Marigold show this weekend. Io versus Atami. Julia versus Sari. Oh my God, Sari, put your backpack on. It's gonna be a carry job. But yeah, so there's a lot of good wrestling this weekend. A lot of good raps this weekend. G1 too. G1 starts next weekend, or not next week. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Wrestling's not too bad right now. Wrestling's not too bad.
Yeah, we're still in the flow.
All right. Well, leave a comment. Talk about your favorite part of the show. It helps us on the algorithm a lot. Can't thank y'all enough for the support today. Y'all killed it, and we are out of here.